I'll tell you this, I don't know if there's one thing, but I know for a fact there's two things, and so I'm going to tell you those two things. And it doesn't matter if it's fitness, supplements, apparel, finance, real estate. These two things are universal and they're a fact. They're a prescription, not a suggestion. The best leaders are servant leaders. In other words, leaders who practice what they preach. If I tell my staff, hey, I want you guys to show up on time and be prepared and make sure you do this, set up this webinar right or podcast right, but then I show up late, unprepared, they're gonna go, hey, your actions speak louder than your words. And so they're not gonna do what I want, right? So you gotta be a servant leader. So one, I lead from the front. Number two, you gotta be disciplined. If anyone's gonna be a great leader, they have to be disciplined and be clear in their vision and their mission. No leader will have a strong following, whether employees or a pastor who has a congregation or a cult leader who wants everyone to shave their heads, if you are not clear with what your vision is. As dark and twisted as this may sound, that cult where everybody drank the Kool-Aid and wore the Nikes and then killed themselves, well, they were very clear. They knew what the vision was. When that Hale-Bopp comet comes flying over the earth, we're all gonna drink the poisonous Kool-Aid at the same time. Like, they were very clear on the boss's vision and mission, on what the vision is, meaning the outcome we want to achieve, and when we want to achieve it. So in my franchise, all of my team members know, and every webinar or podcast I do like this, I always talk about 2,500 Fit Body Bootcamp locations by the year 2023, and that means 34 locations a month, which means we're behind schedule right now to get there, which means 1.3 locations per day. Every one of my team members know that. That is the vision. The reason that's the vision is because the mission is to impact 5 million people every single morning through health, fitness, and a positive mindset. That's how clear we are. So if you can be a servant leader, if you can be personally disciplined in your life, meaning practice what you preach, and then have clarity of vision, clarity of mission, and then communicate that. That's the fifth and final thing. Communicate your clarity of mission and vision. You will be an effective leader. And leadership, by the way, is won every day. The moment you decide to fall out of discipline or no longer let your greed glands secrete and no longer become a servant leader, or you lose focus of your vision or mission, it's over. I'll tell you this, I don't know if there's one thing, but I know for a fact there's two things, and so I'm going to tell you those two things. And it doesn't matter if it's fitness, supplements, apparel, finance, real estate. These two things are universal and they're a fact. They're a prescription, not a suggestion. And one, success leaves clues. And so go find a mentor, just like I have, and pay for that mentor to coach you, guide you, and help you time collapse your results. That's number one. Number two is singularity of focus. I was a young man before. I still see myself as a young man, even though I'm 44. I'm fucking strong as a horse and I'll fuck anybody up. But having said all that, I'm a lover, not a fighter. But going back to this point, the way I see it is, I was a young guy and I had so many great ideas. And so I had so many irons in the fire, there was no singularity of focus. And so I was here, I was there, and ultimately a year would go by and I had brought nothing to fruition. When I went to singularity of focus, I was able to really drill down and bring my idea into fruition, turn the business into an empire. And so mentoring and singularity of focus, and anybody will dominate in any industry.